Welcome to another Yin class. We're going to focus on the shoulders, a little bit of the upper back and the chest, but mostly on the shoulders today. So sit down comfortably, legs crossed, half lotus, full lotus, whatever is comfortable for you. And then just pull the flesh out from underneath the buttocks so that you are grounding down through the sits bones. Rest the hands on the knees, close the eyes, make sure you're nice and long through the spine, drawing up out of the pelvis, long back, allowing that energy to flow, bringing the focus to the breath, breathing in and out of the nose, belly rising and falling. Observing your breath. Coming into the right mind space for your practice. Setting your intentions. Perhaps it's the intention to remain mindful, the intention to remain connected with the breath. The intention to listen to the body. The intention to remain still once you're in your position. Now open the eyes and prepare to come into your first pose of the day. Towel under the knees if you need to. Come onto the knees on the mat. And we're going to come into puppy pose. We're going to take a block and place it under the forehead. So you're going to extend your arms out along the mat, ground that forehead on the block, and let the forearms ground down onto the mat. And feel these shoulders starting to open. Try to drop your hips towards the back. So you're just sort of extending through the lower back, gently. And soften between the shoulder blades. The chest is coming down towards the ground. Opening through these shoulders. Breathe. Slowly prepare to come out of this pose. If you like, you can move your knees a little bit wider. Bring the arms back and slowly sink back into child's pose. Allowing that forehead to rest on the mat as you bring the arms down the sides of the body. And breathe and recover. Do you feel that energy beginning to flow back through the shoulders again? Enjoy. So let's come into our next pose. Bring the arms forward and lift the torso up. You can stay up off the heels if you like, or you can sit back down for this pose. It just depends on what's more comfortable for you. And now we're going to use blocks again, 2 blocks this time. So we did this quite briefly in one of the Hatha classes. This time we're going to hold it for a little bit longer. So you can adjust the height of the block according to whatever is comfortable for you. If you want to take a little bit of pressure off the knees, just bring a bolster or a rolled up towel behind the knee. It just reduces the amount of angle of flexion that you have when you bring those hips back. So I'm going to start the blocks off on their sides, so sort of middle height, and just establish your balance first. So get the backs of those triceps, backs of the elbows onto the blocks. Once you've got your balance, bring your hands together in a prayer pose and bring them towards the upper back. So we're sinking this forehead down towards the ground, and there's a much more intense opening through the shoulder than the extended puppy pose we did previously. Breathe. Send the breath into the shoulders. Try and release all tension from the muscle. Allow the muscle to surrender, to relax, so that we allow the stretching force to move deep into that connective tissue. Breathe. Observe your reaction as you release through this joint. Are you having any kind of emotional response? Are you feeling upset or stressed? Some anxiety possibly? Don't become involved in that emotion, but observe it. And then breathe. Allow it to float away. Metaphysically, all our tension and our worries we carry through our shoulders. It's where the expression carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders comes from. That pressure, financial pressure possibly, especially at this time. So let it go. Release that emotion from the body. Breathe it out. As we release the shoulders physically, release them metaphysically as well. As we prepare to come out of this pose, slowly straighten out the arms, ground the hands if you like, and then come down into child's pose again, just grounding that forehead and then releasing those arms out along the ground alongside you. And feel that flow of energy as we open those floodgates in the shoulders. Observe the body, observe the reaction after this pose. Breathe. And now bringing the hands forward, slowly moving. Bringing ourselves up to sit on the mat and come into our next pose. So you can sit in your towel, again, just to elevate your hips, if that's more comfortable for you. We're going to come into Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So we're just getting a little bit of hips as well. They can always do with a little bit of loosening. So try as best you can to stack these knees one on top of the other. You can see mine aren't directly above. Just go as far as your body is comfortable doing. And then we're going to bring the arms into an eagle arm pose. So if your right leg is on top, bring your arms in front of you with the elbows bent and bring this left elbow up and over the right, wrapping your arms around and bringing the palms together. If this is very comfortable for you, you can fold forward. You can rest those elbows on your knee, on your top knee, and just fold the head down. If it's more comfortable for you to remain upright, then do so. And remember, use those blocks if you need to. If you need to maybe support underneath your legs, your knees, whatever the case may be. So this is a lovely stretch across the back of the shoulders. You might have quite a big response here as we release through the shoulder and the hip. So again, focus on the breath. Deep breaths. Observe your reaction. Exhale. Let go. Surrender. Try not to clench your jaw at all. We tend to do that when we get tense. So just observe if you're doing that, and if you are, unclench the jaw. Relax through the face. And that often helps just to relax through the rest of the body as well. Slowly prepare to come out of this pose. With control, bring the torso up off the knees. Unwind the arms. And cross those legs. You can straighten your legs out along the ground in front of you if you like. Flex and extend the feet. Now we're going to come into the other side. Left leg on top of the right. Definitely my stiffer side. Again, just try to work those knees on top of each other as much as you can. And then bending the arms. Let's bring the right arm on top of the left. Let's think about that for a sec. Just the arms around. Bring the palms towards each other. Feel that beautiful stretch across the back of the shoulders. And stay here. Otherwise, come forward, resting those elbows on the top knee. Drop the head. Whichever is the most comfortable for you, most accessible for you. Remember to listen to your body. Remember that in Yin Yoga we aren't as concerned with alignment. It's about working with your anatomy, about bringing your body to that point of resistance and staying there. And if you feel that surrender come and you want to move deeper, then do so. Otherwise, remain exactly where you are. Surrender to the pose. Relax through the face. Focus on the breath. Become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Go into your pain cave. Breathe. Let go. Prepare to come out of this pose. Bring that torso up. And clasp the hands and unwind the arms. And uncross the legs. Straighten them out in front of you. And again, just sort of flex and extend the feet. This pose is called twisted branches. Now you can either do this pose as is, or there's a slight modification which I'll show you. So bring your right arm behind and your left arm in front with your palms facing the ground, and just rest the chin on top of the left arm and feel the backs of these shoulders opening up. If that's too intense for you, you just do half. So bring this right arm, and you can actually just pillow the head on the left arm. So this left arm's not involved in the stretch at all. So you're just stretching out the right shoulder. If you want to do both, we will change sides. Breathe across the backs of those shoulders. Feel that stretch coming down along the arm. I'm going to come out of this pose slowly. Bring those arms in, and now bring them to the other side. So now this time your left arm is at the back and your right arm is in the front, and exactly the same thing. Crossing those arms, bringing that chin down, and relaxing. And slowly bring that chin up slightly, moving those arms back and coming down, resting on the mat and extending those arms along the body. Just breathe and recover. So from here, extend your right arm out along the ground, and we're going to stretch the front of the right shoulder. So you're just going to move in the range of your own body, as always. Listen to your body. Then you're going to come onto your right and left hip up off the ground. If that's enough for you, you just stay there, just as far as you can. And you can have this left arm just kind of supporting your body, or you can bend this left leg and place that foot flat on the ground and stay there, or you can bring this left arm and just drop it behind the back. It's entirely up to you. It depends on the mobility of your shoulder. Breathe. Surrender. Let go of any tension through the body. And then move slowly as you roll back onto the belly, slowly, slowly, slowly. And then extend that left arm out along the ground. And bring that right hip up off the mat. And stay here with that hip stacked. And place that right foot behind the left leg. You can drop your right arm behind the back. And breathe. Surrender. Coming out of this pose, bring your arm over, slowly unwind the body. Coming into the front, and just bringing the arms down alongside the body, resting the forehead on the mat or either cheek. Whatever is the most comfortable, just recovering, breathing. Bring your arms up. Come up position on the mat. This last pose is my absolute favorite, and if you've had any classes with me, you'll know exactly which one it is. So you will need 2 blocks for this, and we're going to be doing a supported fish pose. So you're going to place the blocks in a T shape. I like them on their sides like this. You can place them flat if that's just too intense for you. So you're going to lie down, and your one block is going to come up between the shoulder blades like that, just supporting the thoracic spine, and the other one will be behind the head. Okay, so this takes a little bit of fiddling around just to kind of get your balance. So once you've found your balance in this position, the blocks aren't going to just topple over. And keep your legs bent with your feet flat on the ground, or you can bring the soles of your feet together. A butterfly, it's up to you. And then just rest the arms wherever they're comfortable. And breathe. This is the most beautiful stretch for opening up that chest. So feel those shoulders being drawn down towards the mat by gravity. With your heart and your chest open. This is a very interesting pose because it's a pose that makes us extremely vulnerable. It exposes this entire front of our body. If you think about, if we go into sort of protective pose, we will naturally curl up, sort of fetal position, protecting the organs of the body. If we're under attack, shielding the head and curling around. So when we expose ourselves like this, we can feel very vulnerable. So recognize that. Recognize any emotions that may be released, and then, as with everything, exhale and let them go. And then you'll be able to begin to experience this feeling of freedom as we open that heart. Allow love to enter into the body, positive energy. Opening ourselves. This pose has many, many benefits on many different levels. On a purely physical level, we're dropping the shoulders behind us. We're getting them away from the ears. Bring those shoulder blades closer towards each other. So this is a wonderful pose to do if you are like so many of us working on a computer or at a desk. Where those arms are forward, the shoulders roll forward, the chest closes. Breathe. So to come out of this pose, we need to move with even more care than we usually do, because you have this very strong extension through that thoracic spine. So if your feet are in this butterfly position, slowly bring the knees up so that the feet are flat on the ground. And then you're going to bring your right arm in and roll over onto that right arm, supporting yourself with that elbow very slowly. Remove the block from under the head. Remove the block that was underneath the back. And then roll back onto the back with those knees still bent, feet flat on the ground. And just breathe for a few moments here as those muscles and that connective tissue just returns to its resting position. And from here, come into your final twist and Savasana. I will link that video down below just for ease of access. And enjoy the rest of your day.